It's going to be an epic session as always. If you can hear me, simply type your name and where you're connected from. Let others know that we are live. 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 Okay, so we begin straight away. We begin straight away. Let me acknowledge those that have complied by telling us their name and where they're connecting from. This is Jameson from Lafayette, Nasarawa State. You're welcome, Jameson. So let others know we are live. I'm going to be taking you again on building your wealth portfolio. Building your wealth portfolio. One of the things I learned from my mentor is that wealth accumulation is a sport, just the way you have soccer, just the way you have football, just the way you have tennis, lawn tennis, just the way you even have academics. Whatever you devote your greatest time to, you become good at it. So, like I said, anything you devote the most energy, you become intentional about, you get good at it. Think about your life. Whatever it is you can do now that you can do very, very well, it means you have devoted significant time to it, you've devoted significant energy to it. That is why you are good at it. But the main issue here is that we are never, never, never conscious about the accumulation of wealth. You hardly see people sit down and say, this year I want to make $100,000. I want to make $1,000,000. In the next 5 years, I want to make $1,000,000. This is what I'm gonna do. It even starts with what's the first principle? It starts with desire. Desire, let's say you want $1,000,000. Then you begin to attract people, events, and occasions that draw you closer to this $1,000,000. But it needs to become a consuming obsession, like a desire. Just the way when a student wants to get first class in school, they become obsessed, they become what we call a bookworm. You need to be a wealth worm. You need to be a wealth worm. You need to be intentional about accumulating wealth. It is not passive, it is not secondary, it is primarily. For the last time I checked, everything you need on planet Earth, you require money to accumulate most of them, including love. In case you don't know that, it's important that you pay attention. So I always like to take this particular presentation from the richest man in Babylon. You know, one of the things that is said is the best kept secrets are already written in books. There is nothing new under the sun. The richest man in Babylon laid out 7 principles to from grace to grass, from broke to riches, from lean pause to fat pause. 7 principles. These principles are as old as time, they're as old as the time of Babylon, but they are still efficient and effective even till this day. First of them there is start thy pause to fattening. If you don't have an income, you should not be talking about, if you don't have a way to generate an income, you should not be talking about making wealth. It does not work like that. It's not by dreaming, it's not by confession. No, it's by what? By actually having a stream that generates income, first of all. The second one is to increase your ability to earn. When you begin to earn, the next goal is to increase that ability. If you can earn $100, I can assure you that if you increase your ability, you can earn $1,000. That is how this works. The third one there is control that expenditure. Listen, guys, I live in the city of Abuja. If there's anything that is popular with Abuja people, it's called packaging. A lot of people would live above their means in the pretense to try to keep up. But let me tell you the truth. If you spend more than you earn, or if you spend all that you earn, I can already guarantee, I can tell you in clear terms what your future will be like. You'll be one of those old women or old men that are classified as witches, because it's only poor people that are witches when they are old. When you're old and you have fortunes, you cannot be witch. You cannot be a witch or a wizard. You become what? Grandpa or grandma. Very important. Never forget that. So the next one there is what? Make thy gold multiply. Listen, money is a slave. Money is a servant. Until you learn how to use your money, get it to work, let it labor day and night, toiling for you, you have not understood the concept of money. Some people treasure money, value money, honor money, almost worship money. No, money is supposed to be your servant. It's supposed to be your slave. You're supposed to labor money so much that every coin you have produces more coin. Every penny you have produces more penny. As I'm talking to you now, for those of us that are in the VIP group of the above average community, you should have put your money to work right now. As I'm talking, your money should be working, should be laboring hard in the market to generate you more money. That's what you are talking about there. So above average good, above average group, all we do here is what? Is to lead, we lead people to living the best life. As you can see, I'm doing an outdoor presentation today. I'm in this nice lounge, just chilling. Why? It is part of living the best life. You clear your head, you clear your mind, so that you become excellent, you go for your goals. Number one on the list there, like I said, is to what? Start thy post to fattening. How do we do this in above average group? We start by telling you, showing people a simple system, how they can own their agency. Own your agency using what? The shared economy model. The shared economy model is a simple business model that started in the recent 2000s, which is anything above 2000. A practical common one is what we call Bolt or what we call Uber. How does it work? Uber does not own a taxi. They simply create a system where people that own taxis or even people that own private cars can now turn their cars to taxis using an algorithm. They direct customers to you. And once those customers come, you pick them, drop them wherever they are going. You get paid. Uber takes a commission. That's what we call shared economy. Remember, taxi business is not new. It is the innovation into the game of taxi that changed the game. Taxi is not new. Taxi is not a new business. Uber just innovated on the taxi business. Same way, real estate is not a new business. Above average has just innovated on top of real estate to create, to allow individuals to own their own agencies using connecting through the above average community. So, like I always say, you need to learn to introduce yourself as the elite realtor. It means that you have your job, you have your full-time business, you have your job, but you are also a real estate, you own your own real estate agency. And I'm going to share with you how that is actually possible with the above average. This is a fine gentleman that I admire a lot, Agari Apos. I think that I saw a post on his child today, so I don't know if it's the birthday. No, it cannot be 1 year. No, it cannot be. I know that it cannot be 1 year. So, but this is a fine gentleman, became part of the above average much earlier when above average did not even start the real estate products and services. But seeing a possibility with become living a life above average, he connected as a student, ambition, become the best, not the best graduating student, no, but the richest graduating student. I like that because, like me, when I was in school, instead of me to focus on getting first class or 2-1, my objective was I must not leave this school except I drive a Mercedes Benz. Guess what? Anything you focus your mind to, you achieve. I succeeded in buying that Benz. Gary Akos also succeeded in becoming the richest man the richest graduating student. So today is happily married and with a kid. So now, what are the solutions that we bring to you for your agency? What are those solutions we bring to your agency? I give you a practical example. What is the solution Uber brought to taxi drivers? One, they give you a payment system that allows you to collect money from your clients. Number two, you have a system that you do not go about flagging customers on the road, hustling for customers. Instead, customers sit at home, call you, and you come pick them up. That way, even a cool guy that works in a bank, work in any institution, can also use his car for part-time to make money extra. So it turned full-time, let's call it like this, it turned individuals into elite cab drivers, elite cab drivers. So that is it. With above average, you can also do your full-time job, do your full-time business, but also own your agency as an elite realtor. So what are the solutions we bring to you? First of all, we have the buy, build, and earn, which comes under our product known as Shelter. We have the investment product, which is the land banking, the mini estate pool, and the spread payments. And then thirdly, we have what we call systems. One of the things that I am fascinated about, I am passionate about, it's a system. I have a friend, I don't know if she's on this call. She told me about the system she created. I was so amazed. I was so amazed. If you know how to create a system that makes, I'll show you what a system really means. But we have this robust software that actually helps you as a system. And then, of course, we have what we call the Magnetic Realtors tool. I have been personally experimenting on this tool. It is such a cool feeling where you just sit and people call you up. I want to find out about this land. I want to find out about this property. I want to find out about this product. I want to find out about this service. And then you just connect them and voila, they buy and you get a commission. It's such an interesting tool. So let's move ahead. What are the revenue models? You own an agency. How does this agency make money for you? Number one, you earn multiple bonuses for expanding your agency. You know, one of the secrets of life is never, ever, 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 ever walk alone. Never in your life walk alone. Never, no matter how good you are, no matter how talented you are, no tree can make a forest. None, not even the best of the best trees can make a forest. You must learn to work with people. You must learn to work with people. So when you expand your agency, Above Average has a robust reward system that rewards you for that. And someone said Liverpool motto. Yes, that's why it's a very important thing. Then the next one there is direct commissions, which is you can earn up to 10% commission on deals you broker directly. What do I mean by a deal you broker directly? As an agency, once Above Average has deals that they bring to you, example lands, example investment products, any of those deals that you personally through your agency broker by getting a client to patronize, you get up to 10%. A lot of fine people have been doing amazingly well. Mr. Raymond, I remember we just talked about this casually, and the next thing he was calling me, I have a client for this property. And wow, I was so impressed to see his name as one of the realtors for the week. It's amazing. It's that simple. It is like that. It's like one, two, three. It's like ABC. It's that simple. And then of course we have the team sales, which is commissions from sales of partners within your agency. So remember, just like Uber, none of those drivers work for Uber. No, none of them. They have their complete monopoly. They have their independence. They can turn up their app and decide to chill. They are not under compulsion to be on the road driving day and night. There is no clock in time and clock out time. They are 100% independent. But they just have this system, this platform that allows them to earn passively. Some people go full time, which is okay, but some people do it after work. So you are like literally your own boss on your own terms. But I always recommend whatever you do, you can do this full time, you can do this part time, but please don't do it on your spare time because that's one of the recipes for disaster. Nobody ever makes a fortune from spare time. So very, very essential there. So a case study, I always try to show people what it is like if you have an agency that has 10 people, 10 partners. Who is a partner? A partner is someone that you personally bring into to own their own agency with above average. Above average rewards you for that. But remember, they are not working for you. They are your wealth partners. What happens is when they sell a property, they take a commission, you also take something. You also take something, but they are not your staff. You are partners. Let me shock you. They can make more money than you. There's nothing like I came first. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as I came first or I came second or I'm the one that brought this person. No, no, sir. If I tell you about an Uber and you are the one that have a lot more drive time, who will make more money? You will make more money. So I talked about Mr. Raymond. Mr. Raymond, I knew Mr. Raymond, encouraged him to take part of these things. He did. He sold the property. He made the money. It's not me that made the money. He did. Do you understand that? So, but he's my partner, just like several other persons. So that's the beauty of this system. So with this system, you can have hundreds, thousands of partners. Guess what? I always ask an acid question. If a deal is listed, like say a property, between you as an individual and 10,000 people, who is more likely to come with a reward? Who is more likely to earn profit? Who is more likely? Who is more likely to sell? Who is more likely to sell? Between you and 10 more other people, who is more likely to sell? Obviously, 10 people are more likely to sell more than you as an individual. 20 people are more likely to sell more than you as an individual. So it's a numbers game finally. It's a numbers game finally. Never forget that. It is a numbers game. It is a numbers game. Never ever forget that. So this is one of the classic examples of how you can use the system to earn extra. Miss Serena actually lives in the United States, but she's one of the finest, highest sellers. Working with the husband, they get a lot of clients in Nigeria. She's not in Nigeria. She's not been in Nigeria in a long time, but she can use the above average ecosystem systems to be able to generate revenue for herself. Is that not amazing? How does she do this? She uses what we call the magnetic realtors tool, which allows her to be able to participate in the real estate sector without being there physically. And as a result, she turns a profit. She turns a profit. Every time a deal is sold, she turns a profit. It's amazing what we do in above average. And what we are trying to do is to get the whole world, as many people as possible, who are looking for a better way to earn a living, who are looking for better ways to make a fortune, to be able to participate and take advantage of this massive opportunity. So the next thing there is you have to increase your ability to earn. This is where the partnership comes in. This is where the partnership comes in. This is where the partnership comes in. Training support, we have training support for you. You enroll other partners. Remember, they don't work for you, they earn, you earn. None of them works for you. Never ever forget that. None of them works for you. None of them works for you. Training support, use our magnetic realtors tool to attract clients and use our office support team to close the sale and take all the commission. Now, sales and commission. Our robust software tracks all of this activity. So I don't need to go call Mr. Solomon, Mr. Hebrew, Mr. Days from all over the world and say, did you sell a property? Did you not sell a property? No, no, no. This is the 21st century. Technology handles all of that. So I don't even bother. So what do? I just log into my back end on the above average ecosystem, and I'll be able to see all sales activities, all business activities that has happened in a period of time, and I take my commission from that. So for those that are really to increase their ability to earn, For every partner that you refer to the above average to come and own their own agency to make their own money part-time or full-time, you get a sponsor bonus of 35%. You also get upgrade bonuses when they choose to use any of our other services, which has to do with the cryptocurrency market, what we call the VIP group and the Wales group. Also, if they choose any property they sell, you also get commissions from that. And then, of course, we have what we call the binary bonus. A system of organizes people in a binary structure. For every binary pairs that occur, you make a 5,000 naira profit. And then, of course, the leadership bonus, which you can earn up to 30 million naira for simply building a robust agency. Is it possible? Is it doable? Of course, it is absolutely doable. Let's give it up for Mr. Bitrus. Mr. Bitrus is one of the first qualifiers of the promo. I understand, I have it on reasonable authority that Mr. Bitrus has qualified for a land with the above average ecosystem. Let's celebrate with those that are celebrating. Let's celebrate him. Let's wish him a heart congratulations to Mr. Bitrus. Of course, we have fine gentleman, Andrew Emmanuel, a platinum leader, and we have Miss Bethel, who is doing a fine job. She's also a gold mentor. How do you become part of this? How do you register your agency with above average so you can earn all these watering offers that I've just mentioned? Simple, 70,000 naira. The last time I checked, if you are to start a business, even if it is a kiosk, you need more than 70,000. But with the above average, you register your agency with just 70K. Just 70K, you own your own agency. Just 70K. But for those of us that say, wow, I want to help a few guys. I know a few young men who are ambitious, who are hungry, but they don't have the 70K. You can start with a 10-man agency, which means you're paying 70K for 10 people plus yourself. You can start with a five-man agency, which means you're paying for 5 people plus yourself. You can start with a 2-man agency, which means you're paying for 2 people plus yourself. It all depends on you. Then the next thing there is what? After you've started earning by owning your agency, after you've used the partnership program to increase your ability to earn, now it is time to control your expenses. A portion of all you make is yours to keep. Never forget this principle. How do you ensure you can keep this? If you save it in the bank, remember this, your brother's uncle, sister's wife might just be under labor, which the man impregnated him for 9 months, and suddenly he's in a hurry. After 9 months, he's in a hurry. And now you have to come and save them. So no matter how heartless you are, there are things that you cannot help. But there is a way to protect yourself from all of this. What is that way? Put your money, convert your cash into assets. Assets. One of such assets is what we call land banking. Use your money to buy these land bankings. What I always tell people is this: in above average, in a land banking product, we don't sell you Lekki, we sell you the next Lekki. We don't sell you Maitama, we sell you the next Maitama. We don't sell you GRA in Port Harcourt, we sell you the next GRA. So you buy it before it becomes a GRA. You buy it before it becomes Maitama. You buy it before it becomes Lekki. That way you are getting it at pennies, and then by the time it becomes all of these choice areas, you're selling it at a ridiculous price and making a fortune from it. So subscribe to our land banking. Green Hill Phase 1 was sold out. Phase 2 sold out in record time. But guess what? There are still opportunities. We have the Mosaic Homes. We have what we call Max City in Goza. Max City is selling for 4 million naira. There is a payment plan that also enables you to pay off gradually. There is Whitehaven in Port Harcourt, 800,000. You are in. You get yourself a land in the new Port Harcourt city, and of course in the new Abuja, which we call Green Hill, Karachi. Green Hill is there now selling 300 square meters, 600,000, 450 square meter, 1 million naira. Of course, this is one lady, I've mentioned her before. She's doing a fine job. I was so excited one day. She shared a document with me and said, I'm also involved in this land banking thing. I was so proud. I did not tell her. I was just silently proud and said, that's the way to go. Why do I say this? My mom is one of the most beautiful women on earth. I say that without, like, I'm not trying to patronize her. She is actually beautiful. Like, she's a runway model. So now, but while in her youth, she was busy buying land, building properties. So somebody will be wondering, what does my mom do now? She's a real estate tycoon. She just makes money from her rentals. I tell people my mom is financially free. Why? The money she earns from her rentals every year from properties she bought 20 years ago, 30 years ago, I tell you, makes her, without doing anything, she makes more money by a lot of people going to work every day. Just by that. And when I see young ladies begin to do this, it gets me really excited. So I celebrate you, Bethel. Well done and good job. And guess what? Everybody here can also do it. You can do it for yourself. You can do it for your unborn children. Abraham paid tithes for his grandchildren, the ones in his realms. He did not see them, but the tithes he paid covered them. So the Bible even says that a good man leaves wealth for his children's children. So one of the ways to do that is to acquire these assets that seem like nothing right now. You pay them from your pocket money. 30 years from now, when your grandchild is maybe 10, maybe 15, Abba, imagine having that property. That's what we call grandpa, not a wizard. It's grandpa. It's grandpa that leave wealth for grandchildren. You see, it's in the Bible. The Bible says that a good man leaves wealth. So if you are not living wealth, you deserve to be called a witch. No apologies. You deserve to be called a wizard because the Bible says you're a bad person. Because it's only good people that live. If you're not a good person, then you're a bad person. Forgive me, I can get really brutal most times, but the truth is bitter. The truth is bitter. Sometimes you need to spit it out. So now, make thy gold multiply. How is this done? We have what we call the crypto clubs, where people trade the cryptocurrency market and make a fortune. A signal was just dropped this evening. As I'm talking to you, I'm looking at the market. I think that that signal has just given people over 20% profit. If I'm correct, yes, 20% profit on the mark as I'm speaking to you right now. 20% profit. Is that not incredible? 20% profit. I'm just looking at my own signal now. I'm on 20% profit, and which is the target. So joining our crypto clubs, our VIP club, you learn to trade the cryptocurrency market and make 20, 40, 80% from every signal that is dropped. We are currently doing a 12-week challenge, which allows you to be able to follow the signals and make at least 20% every week. I was just sitting on my own peacefully and quietly. The bank sent me one annoying message that I can make 4% per annum by saving in the bank. And I said to them, only if you knew I was a crypto trader, you will not send me this kind of ridiculous message. So, but then again, it's one of those things. So we are excited with what we do. We are happy, and we invite you to come on board and join us. So the crypto clubs are the VIP club. We have the Wheels Club, which is one of the finest clubs. We do a lot of sophisticated things there, and people that are joining us with that club are doing incredible returns by simply just taking advantage of what we're doing in that club. We're doing incredible returns. So you can also become part of that and do yourself a favor and make fortunes. Make fortunes, just like every other person is doing in that club. So, how do you become a part of all of this that I've mentioned? They say a journey of 1,000 miles starts with what? A single step. Just one step, not 10 steps, not 100 steps, a single step. And what's that one step you need to take? Is to get registered with the 70,000 naira registration fee. And of course, if you're outside Nigeria, that would cost about 140 USDT. Join us in this journey. There is currently a promo for those of you who once your agency can sell about a couple of plots, you can win an iPhone 11, you can win an iPhone 13, you can also win a Honda Civic. This promo began on the 22nd of August and is going to run all the way to October 22. Come on board, guys. Let's do this. Let's do this. And of course, we have a product known as the mini estate pool. This is us trying to expand our market. We are doing a fine job selling out estates in Rocket Time, but we need to expand and we need money. So we've created a pool where people can join. And of course, as they join, they also earn from these sales. If you're the person that brings someone in that becomes part of this pool, you make 10% of whatever amount they come in with. That is one of the things your agency can make money from. So I recommend that you use these services and you use these products. So thank you so much. It's been an exciting time. It's an outdoor session. I am excited to have been part of this with you. And I wish that you had a rewarding time. So if you had value, simply say value, 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 value. So I also leave time to take one or two questions. Yes, of course, you will always get the presentation. The presentation, you will always get it. It's available. It will be made available for all our members. Listen to it again and again and again. So it's been an exciting time. If you got value, just kindly say value, 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 value. So I also like to take questions. I have just about 5 minutes